I will call to order the Ottawa City Commission meeting for Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Clayton,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Crowley,
Present.
Commissioner Allen,
Present.
Commissioner Skidmore,
Present.
and Commissioner Van Layden.
Present.
We're all present and accounted for. I want to welcome everyone here in the audience watching, as well as those online. We will do the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful and wonderful day, and thank you for all of the people who are here voicing their voices for us to hear. We ask for divine guidance and sage counsel from you as we deliberate these items today. We thank you for everyone in the committee or in the community, as well as everyone here today. Thank you for all that you do for us, and give us wisdom as we discuss these items today. In your name, amen. That will take us to item 6, public comments.
We have 6 registered. And we will start with Lori Hazen.
Good afternoon. My name's Lori Hazen, and I live at 611 North Davis Avenue, Ottawa. I'm not a big speaker, so I'm going to read this and be short. I oppose straining our electric grid for a data center. I oppose depleting our water sources for data centers. I oppose the dangerous waste that will spill into our ground and water. I oppose secret deals. I oppose this data center. It is time for you to do the will of the people that elected you. We will be watching. We will be voting. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori.
Robin Spielman.
And as a note for decorum, please refrain from clapping, cheering. We want to keep this time as comments and not get into if you disagree with the comment, if we agree with the comment. So if we can keep the audience participation on that perspective to a minimum. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Robin Smillman at 109 Megan Lane. I'm here today. One, I oppose the data center altogether. I know what chemicals do to your body when they're put into your body because I'm doing cancer treatments. Okay, so polluting our water and all that, and there will be enough people to talk about that. But I want to thank you guys, you commissioners, for finally having the chief of police and all of them do de-escalation training. Because as you all know what I've gone through this past year. Many of you are on my friend's Facebook page, and I want to thank you for calming down our police department. Too much tyranny. Too much, excuse me just a second. Too much, where you're constantly following somebody. Constantly doing something. I've reported it to the chief last year. He said, no, nothing. I was guilty. Case got dropped after 8 months. You guys paid tax dollars for me to be in court cases for 8 months, for them to drop the case on me. So I want to thank you guys and continue educating our law enforcement on de-escalation, because it has gotten out of hand. And if you talk to the public, I didn't commit a crime, and many of them did not either. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin.
Stan Nichols.
Stan Nichols, 415 South Pine, Ottawa, Kansas. I've only been around here 76 years, so I know a little bit about Ottawa. Mayor, thank you. I want to congratulate the board here, what I read, where you are pushing some cleaning up and some following of ordinances, reference nuisance, trash, unsafe buildings, all those good things that make the community a better community. Thank you. I saw that on reviewing past meetings. What I want to hit on today, real quick, is Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. Okay? We all, men and women, both little kids, read that book, or should have by now. That's what we did when we grew up. You know where we did it? In Ottawa, Kansas. From Meredithine River all the way to Fogle Quarry, called Rock Creek. That watershed starts south of Ottawa, about 4 or 5 miles, runs all the way up and dumps in underneath next to the bridge at I-35 and the Meredithine River. There used to be a series of dams along there. Those dams dammed up the creek so they could water apple trees in Orchard Heights. Those dams provided water for other people downstream because we didn't block all the water with all the reservoirs and watersheds all across the country. So water is very important. And in this part of the country, Rock Creek was very important for those items. There was ice skating going on, fishing going on, and a lot of snake hunting. That's why it was called Rock Creek. All the rocky bluffs, snakes all over. Nothing better than catching ringneck snakes. Here's what's going to happen. This is a generational issue. This isn't a right now issue. This is a generational issue that started when I was born, before I was born, and it's going to go on beyond when we're all in the grave. What we need to do is we need to look at Rock Creek as it is and was and what it will be. If you look at right now how much pollutants is centered in the Rock Creek area along the I-35 corridor, do we really want to add more to it? The water flows through that area from I-35, starts 5 miles out. If we get a 4-inch rain, has anybody ever seen Rock Creek after a 4-inch rain out south? They almost have to shut down I-35 at one time, I remember. Now, what's going to happen when you start adding more concrete, more driveways, more roof runoffs, and focus all that water? And I don't want to hear about things like ponding, because ponding, if not maintained, look at Walmart's ponding. It's
Thank
not
you,
working.
Stan.
So the whole point here is pollution along Rock Creek with all the car dealerships, nurseries, retail, gas stations, truck stops, and guess what else is down there?
Thank you,
How
Stan.
many-
Time has been called.
Okay,
Sorry.
real quick,
you.
homes, schools, and churches. Do we really want a data center at that location? Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Stan.
David Furman.
I'm David Furman. I live on 715 South Lincoln Street, and I adamantly oppose the data center. I moved here from Washington State 3 years ago. The hustle and bustle, I came here, it's nice and quiet. Small, got a couple of, got Walmart and Price Choppers, and it's nice and quiet. I don't want the disruption. I don't want the noise. I don't want the pollution. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Brooke Sheets.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Mayor. So I'm speaking today mostly on the data center, but I want to encourage you guys because I feel like we've been at this for a few weeks now and we still haven't heard any requests or any response back to any of our speaking appointments or our emails. So I'm going to request a public forum. The community obviously is rallying. Our masses are growing. We're demanding at this point. We need a public forum. I don't know what more we need to declare to ask for this. A moratorium statewide would be ideal, but at a city and county-wide, it's needed and the public is demanding it. Our public interest for this and for the use of our tax dollars is not a new issue. The community is always interested in how we're spending our tax dollars. Public opinion on the data center is being ignored. And we truly want to open and have a transparent relationship with our commissioners. So we're asking kindly that you guys give us the respect back that we give to you. Your positions are not your only jobs. We know that that you're busy and that you have lives, as most of us, we are not retired, and most of us have jobs as well. We've dedicated a lot of hours researching and teaching ourselves about the data centers, the risks, what has changed just in the last 5 years about this, because a lot has changed. We've gone from small sized data centers inside of buildings to hyperscale data centers where they are sucking resources out of our communities, where they've gone to utilizing giant transloader sized generators and putting toxins back into the earth. So I'm urging you to take examples from other states that have data on how they've been leading the way towards knowledgeable exploration of conversation. One example would be the Ohio House State Senate. They held a public forum for many days. They led discussion with experts, with the civilians, with developers, and many others, with people that have general interest in the groups. And as a member of the community, we just urge you to open your eyes and your minds and accept the request for a public hearing. That's all that we're asking, is that we just have open discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brooke.
Terry Cloutier. Sorry about that.
Terry Cloutier, 905 North Hemlock. As a retired wildlife biologist and a city resident, and an ex-city employee too, but in a different capacity. And it's not that my main concern, but I'm very concerned about, one, the wildlife, the river. The river is our life. And whether we want to believe it or not, I look at Western Kansas. Water does not flow above ground in many spots, and that causes many problems. I don't see the data center as any benefit at all. I see it as a complete harm to the wildlife. I personally, if a data center would come in, just knowing what I've known in the past, I wouldn't need anything out of that river after that. There's too many PBAs that come out of data centers. And if y'all don't know what PBAs are, you need to do some research. I'm not here to educate you on that. But I do have very strong concerns about the wildlife, about the river, and that flows back to us. What happens to the environment ends up happening to us. If you don't believe that, look at all the cancer we've got nowadays. Numerous blames for that, but why are we adding it here? I just don't see the need for it. If you look, there's never been many long-term researches because a lot of these are new. They're new to the area. And golly, how many of you seen the Aaron Brockovich thing? There's going to be PBAs coming out here. There's going to be things that it's not going to affect me. I've got maybe 20 years left on this earth, then I get to see my Lord. But with the kids.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you all. That will take us to item 7, appointments, proclamations, recognitions, and nominations. Item 7A is a presentation of certificate of completion of the Power Plant Operator Academy to Raymond Tegtmeyer. Will be presented by John Littleton. Welcome, John.
Great. Thank you. Good evening. My name is John Littleton, Director of Energy Services with Kansas Municipal Utilities. I want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, and the council for allowing me the time and the honor, really, of presenting this bronze certificate of completion for our Power Plant Operator Academy to Mr. Raymond Tegtmeyer. Standing behind me. Thank you. KMU, just so you know, the KMU's Power Plant Academy utilizes online courses. It's a fully online program focusing to train workers who may already be in the system or new to electrical generation industry, wishing to increase their knowledge about the operation systems. Instruction, again, is entirely online, but it's about 240 hours of training that they go through to accomplish it. It really does take dedication, and Mr. Tegtmeyer has shown that dedication through a steadfast attention to the learning of the material, passing all the exams, but there are multiple, completing several essays. And it really is a program that requires a multitude of learning assignments that are really related locally to the plant itself. So I want to mention that because it really dives in. He had to take into account everything locally here, his plant, and find out the information there. And because of that, I think it is great for an opportunity for us to recognize Mr. Tegtmeyer, the effort that he put into doing this and completing that. So for our line program, recognize his efforts in completing the program. KMU proudly presents Mr. Raymond Tegtmeyer with the bronze level certificate of completion for Power Plant Operator Academy. Congratulations, sir.
Raymond, anything you'd like to say? You don't have to, but
No, I just want to say it's an honor to serve this wonderful city that we live in. And I hope that everybody takes into consideration that it takes all of us to make this city as beautiful as it is. That's all I got.
thank you. That'll take us to item 8, consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of minutes from June 3rd, 2026 regular meeting, approval of change order for 23rd and Princeton Street concrete joint patching project, and agenda approval.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 9, declaration. At this time, I'd like to give the commissioners a chance to declare any conflict or communication they've had that might influence their ability to consider today's issues impartially. Hearing none, we will skip item 10, unfinished business, as there is none. It'll take us to item 11, new business. Item 11A, appointment to the Kansas Municipal Energy Agency, KMEA, Board alternate position. Clerk Sherman will present. The appointment is for a permanent alternate on the Kansas Municipal Energy KMEA Board of Directors. Welcome,
Good
Director.
afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. As you stated, staff is recommending that you approve or consider approving the appointment of Scott Sneathen to the KMEA Board of Directors in the alternate position. Pursuant to the Article 5, each member's governing body appoints 2 directors and may also appoint an alternative. The position is currently vacant, and so we would recommend that Director Sneathen take that position. You can see here we have Commissioner Skidmore, who's our Director 1. David Hunsaker is Director 2, and Mr. Sneathen would be the vacant position. Yep. There's no financial impact for this consideration. The legal consideration is the KMEA bylaws, Article 5, which governs the board appointments. Yep. And with that, I would stand for any questions.
Now, assuming Scott, you're good with that.
Yeah.
Voluntold.
I'll make,
Go ahead.
you.
I will make a motion. Go ahead. Let's appoint Scott Sneathen as our new alternate.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item 11B, appointment to the Kansas Municipal Gas Agency, KMGA, Board alternate position. Appointment for a permanent alternate on the Kansas Municipal Gas Agency, KMGA Board of Directors. Welcome back.
Thanks. Staff is recommending that you consider approval of the appointment of Director Sneathen to the KMGA Board of Directors as the alternate position. Pursuant to Article 5, each member appoints 1 director and 1 designated alternate to serve on this board. So currently, Commissioner Skidmore is our Director 1. We have a vacancy for the alternate position. There's no financial legal consideration for the appointment, and it's also governed by the KMGA bylaws Article 5. And with that, staff would recommend that you appoint Director Sneathen to the KMGA as the permanent alternate position. And I would stand for any questions.
Two thumbs up on that
Yeah,
one.
2 thumbs up.
I'll,
Okay.
I'll make the motion that we approve item 11B.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, and thank you, Scott. That'll take us to item 11C. Consider resolution setting a public hearing for the condemnation of the commercial structure located at 214 South Main Street. Staff will present a resolution setting a public hearing to consider whether the commercial structure at 214 South Main Street should be condemned and ordered repaired or demolished. We'll have property improvement partner Hodges. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. Your staff is requesting that the City Commission set a public hearing to consider ordering repair or demolition of the structure at 214 South Main under Ottawa City Code, Chapter 6, Article 14, dangerous, unsafe, and blighted structures. The background on this is it's a business repair center with which many of you are probably familiar. This is a downtown commercial structure. It was inspected by building inspector Chris Loader on May 1st. This is a view of a neighboring, this is a view of the back of the building roof from a neighboring structure's roof. The building was placarded unsafe for habitation and customer traffic was strictly prohibited. There's a large hole in the roof, and that's what you're looking at right there in that picture, exposing the interior to ongoing weather damage. The ceiling inside, which you'll see in just a moment, is deteriorating and collapsing due to roof failure. There is also concern over risk to neighboring properties due to party walls that are shared with the neighboring buildings on each side. No known repairs have been performed to date and no permits pulled. An engineering assessment has been requested by the city for occupancy. This is the front of the building, obviously, on the picture on the left. And then to help you locate it, on the right is an aerial showing the building highlighted. The street running east to west on the top is 2nd Street, and then the street to the right of the building is Main. These pictures are courtesy of your fire department and their drone technology, and Matt Simonson, who clipped some pictures to help us get a feel for what it looks like viewing it from the top. I think those pictures are probably self-explanatory. These are interior pictures that Chris took when he was there. So the picture on the left is a view as you're standing after stepping right inside the front of the business from Main Street. And you can see the ceiling is bowing. The second picture is a close-up of one of the holes that you can see from the first picture. And the third picture is a bowing, a part that you cannot see because of the bow. You would be able to see it in the first picture were the ceiling not bowed, is what I'm trying to say. You can see buckets up there to trap the water that's leaking in from the hole in the roof. The financial considerations, similar to what we discussed last week, if the owner fails to comply with orders that are issued by the city commission at the time of the hearing, then the city may do the work and bill the owner. Unpaid costs can be certified with the county and attached to the property tax bill. Quick review of the hearing process. Should you set a hearing, the city commission will conduct a hearing, at which time the property owner and your development department may appear and present information to you. The city commission will issue such orders as it deems appropriate, including ordering repair or demolition. And then finally, the community development department will monitor compliance with any orders you may issue, enforce progress, and report back to you. Our recommendation is that you set a public hearing no earlier than August 5th to consider ordering repair or demolition of the structure at 214 South Main pursuant to Ottawa City Code Chapter 6, Article 14. Your alternatives are to deny the request or defer to a future agenda date. And with that, I'll welcome, comments from city manager. Oops, I'm going too far, sorry. Okay, with that,
Well, thank you. Thank you
Any
for all of that and bringing that before us. First of all, do you know if they have plans to try to do anything to stop? I mean, we've had a couple inches of rain in the past few weeks. Past couple of months have been a
We
lot of
don't-
rain since May 1st.
we don't know of any measures taken to
Mhm.
this point. Mayor, we do know that they have told us they've scheduled an engineer's inspection. And I got an email today saying we don't have the report back yet, but it did occur. Now, whether that was actually the type of engineer we need, I don't know yet. We'll know when we get the report.
Mr. Finch, is there something that we can make the building owner do right now to fill that hole? I mean, we all know that those conjoining buildings can be damaged with that incoming water, and I'd certainly like them to remedy the situation, at least to get the water away and out of the buildings for the time being.
There is a process by which the city could declare an immediate hazard and seek to remediate that. That's kind of a last resort option. Obviously, you want to respect the owner's private property rights. As you pointed out, you're balancing both those rights to have due process and go through the procedures that you're beginning today, I hope, with the right of the neighboring building owners to be safe and secure. I don't think we've seen anything that says there's an imminent risk based on this condition that would justify going in right now. And certainly Mr. Hodges or Mr. Loader can speak to that. I think they believe that the current process will be adequate to get us to a remedy quickly. But there are times when we have a house that's damaged by fire, for example, it's completely unsafe, and we take action that is faster than the process that you're going through on this one and the two that you saw last week. Does that answer your question, Commissioner?
Yeah. Have either one of you gentlemen had conversations with the adjoining businesses to see if they've noticed any water coming in from that open roof? You haven't had any conversations? Okay.
Just a question I have, I guess we've got,
Are they aware of the roof damage? Are the neighbors?
Yes. I don't
Okay.
know if both are, but I know at least one is.
Okay, thank you.
that's a good question. No, I'm just concerned with, I guess utilities are still turned on, electricity. I'm concerned if there's a further collapse, could that create a fire hazard?
There is risk, apparently.
I always like an answer shorter than the question, so thank you.
And you had mentioned, and this will probably be for partially you and kind of for Blaine as well. We all know downtown buildings are so much more expensive to do any repairs on than most homes, typically in a commercial. If the owner of this property, is looking where they do not have the funds to do the work, would they be able to have that option and elect to have the city do the repairs and have it added to their property taxes, like I think you'd mentioned? Or if they're unable to secure private funding, can they kind of elect to have that option done? Or how does that, if they're unable to finance the repair potentially?
In the past, there have been properties in the city where the owner did not have resources. The Coke home over at Third and Elm is a good example of that, where the city paid to have a roof put on that house, and the city took a lien against the property that was paid off ultimately when that was sold as part of the Clarence Coke estate. So there is precedent for the city assisting in paying for a repair and then recouping its expenses later on through a lien, if that were to be the case. That would be a decision for the commission to make on a case-by-case basis if you wanted to do that. Kind of the other way that happens is you go through this process and you have the public hearing and you order it condemned and repaired, and the owner does nothing. At that point, they've basically opted to, the city's going to step in and either tear it down or repair it. And either way, that also will get added to the owner's bill. We've had no communications yet from this owner that they want the city to pay for the repair or that they are not going to pay for the repair. And that's part of what the public hearing and the due process of that is all about, is giving that owner a chance to come in and say, here are my plans for this structure.
Do you know, are they still working? I think you mentioned maybe customer traffic is not allowed. Are they still working in the building?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and
The
they're
owner is still
allowed,
working inside the building.
okay,
Customer traffic has been strictly
Okay.
prohibited, and they promised us that that's not happening.
okay, but the owner or whoever is allowed to be in there,
He's made that decision to be in there against our advice.
okay, against advice, okay.
So I would be curious, are the walls stable? I mean, do they have shared walls with the buildings on either side, north and south?
Chris may want to speak to that, but to my knowledge so far, that's what the engineer's report has been requested for, to assess that.
Okay.
Mr. Loader, you inspected it the 1st of May.
Yes.
When did you become aware of it? And do we have an idea of when when it caved in?
I believe it was that day we got the picture.
That's when it caved in?
We don't know that.
Okay, so it could have been months ago? Okay.
And again, so today we are just setting the date of the public hearing. The public hearing will be where we talk to, we open a public hearing, we talk to them, figure out which pathway forward would be the best path.
Yes, sir, and there'll be more information at that time.
And that date again was the soonest we could have it would be when?
August
August
5th
fifth.
is our
August 5th.
recommendation. I believe the resolution's in your packet with that date.
All right, well, I'll make the motion. We go ahead and approve this hearing for item, what is this, 11C?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? May I have roll call, please?
How do you vote, Commissioner Skidmore?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Layden?
Yes.
Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Crowley?
Yes.
And Mayor Clayton?
I vote yes. Motion passes. Thank you all. That will take us to item 12, comments by city manager.
Honorable governing body, mayor and commissioners, I have an exciting announcement for you tonight. We have selected a candidate for the community development director position. His name is Vic Finch. So Vic is an Ottawa native. He's spent the majority of his life here and raised his family here. Vic has over 30 years of institutional knowledge and experience in building and code review. He currently serves as the team supervisor for building safety for the city of Overland Park, and leads a team of inspectors, building officials, plan review, and development staff. Vic will bring extensive management experience and will usher in a new era of leadership, growth, and prosperity for Ottawa. And so the title of this position moving forward will be Community Development Director and Chief Building Official. So we want to welcome Vic back home to Ottawa, and Vic's here tonight. And if he'd like to introduce himself and come up and say hi.
I'm normally the guy that's behind the microphone quite a bit, not so much here, so new experience, but thank you. I grew up in town, raised in town, went to school here in town. So even though I've worked for Overland Park for 39 years, other than probably for about 3 of those years, I basically still had my family here in Ottawa and stuff. And so it's important to me to be here. So thanks for the opportunity and the confidence. I appreciate that. And so I'm really excited. It's a big change for me and my family to do that. If nothing else, it's a safety issue of keeping off I-35 if you've driven that lately. But anyway, I appreciate the confidence and appreciate the opportunity. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Sorry, when's your first day? Because as eager as you are, we're probably just as eager. So
Actually, July 6th. I'm trying.
Okay.
I've been at Overland Park long enough. I got a lot of stuff to pull out of some offices, but also trying to tidy things up and make that transition for their staff there to continue forward.
that makes sense. Well, thank you for being here tonight.
You bet. Thank you.
Vic, I'd also like to say thank you for coming here, and also thank you for, during our period of transition from director to director and some inspectors, we've reached out to you a couple times on some code questions, and you've always been forthcoming with information. So thank you, even when you didn't work for us, as one of our wonderful employees that we have here at the City of Ottawa. You were willing to, because it probably was your hometown, willing to give advice. And now you're going to be here every day doing it. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I have a few updates on the pool. We will be draining the pool this evening, and I'll invite Director Sneathen to come up and explain this a little better than I can.
Afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. I wanted to give an update on the city pool and the clarity issues that we've been seeing. Shortly before the opening of the pool, we had approximately a 3-inch rain. With that rain came dust. I don't know if people remember seeing it on their cars or whatever. It was kind of a reddish dust. I almost think of maybe like an Oklahoma dust type. It was really lightweight, almost like a powder. That is showing up in our pool. Showed up on our cars. It washes away easy, but when you try to sweep it in the pool, it's a cloud. So we've had multiple people come in and look at it. We've had a dive team guy go down and look at the deep end because you can't see the bottom. You can't see the drain. So therefore, we've got to shut that portion of that pool down because it's a safety concern. So our recommendation was to, 1, look at the filter media, 2, drain it, and see if we can fill it back up and make it crystal clear again like it was shortly before the rain came. And we had industry professionals come in and talk to us and be like, hey, your best guess is probably to go ahead and drain it because of the cost involved in the filter media change out. We're looking at roughly $10,000 in sand for those 2 large filters sitting outside of it. And we felt that in the essence of time and money, that we would go ahead and drain it and get it back up as soon as possible and hope for the best that sedimentation gets out completely, because it just keeps going up in suspension and it just clouds everything up. Every morning we go in there and it appears like it's going to be fine, like it's settled out overnight. Once you dive in, it clouds back up. So this is our first effort to remediate that issue.
Is there any concern with emptying, refilling, and not replacing the filter media? There's no concern with it reoccurring or anything like that? Like once it goes through the whole process, it should take care of it?
There is a definite concern of it reoccurring, just due to the fact of we are very hopeful that this will remediate it.
It's just kind of the starting point. Like it's the first.
Yes, yes. It's our cheapest option to try to remedy it.
How long to refill it then?
About a day and a half.
Okay, so just be closed for 2 days maybe.
We are hoping to have it full Saturday and ready for open business on Sunday. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, appreciate it.
Operational highlights: utilities completed advanced infrastructure improvements at the Northeast Substation. Distribution crews prepared the downtown for World Cup activities through banner installation and system organization work. Water reclamation staff completed video inspection work within the sanitary sewer system. Public Works pulled logs from the Lit River and were able to check pumps, finished concrete work on 10th Street between Haynes Drive and Maple Street, patched 904 potholes. A little bit of work there, First Street between Maple and Willow, and then installed new pipe on Burroughs between Hamblin and 8th Street there. Couple upcoming events. Thursday, June 11th is the Mexico versus South America watch party at the auditorium. Doors open at 1 p.m., kickoff at 2 p.m. USA versus Paraguay watch party at the auditorium. Doors are at 7 and kickoff at 8. Sunday, June 14th is Friends of the OMA Bunko tournament at the auditorium at 2 p.m. And then lastly, having a chamber after hours at our golf course on the 17th from 5 to 6 p.m. Just another note of the 250th 4th of July celebration. Encourage folks to come out for that. Tentative items for the June 17th meeting will be Finance monthly report for May of 2026, Community Partner monthly reports for May of 26, proclamation recognizing the countdown to the United States semi-quincentennial, proclamation recognizing Juneteenth, 2027 budget review for the utility funds. Have some open postings here, and we would encourage folks to go online and apply for those. With that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you for all those updates. Could we get an update on South Princeton, kind of where we're at with that? I know we've had some rain, some weather. If we have a tentative deadline when that's looking to be completed.
Invite Director Welsh up to talk about that.
They're moving along down there. So I don't know if you've had the chance to travel south out of town, but on the side that was finished, it's a much smoother ride now. So looking forward to getting the other side done as well. Last time I was out there, which was the day before yesterday, they had made quite a bit of cuts and removing those bad areas. I believe that they're still on schedule, so probably still another week away before we see the final product. But yeah, they're charging along. So I would say probably end of next week, probably finished and open back up.
Thank you. And you are right, that west side is much smoother now as you head south. It was much needed. So thank you.
Welcome.
Well, I just got a quick question too. I know with the storm we just had, I know suddenly we have another limb pickup plan. So can you update us on that?
Yes, we've had a lot of questions about this. We did have some posts on our social media, but just to reiterate, our crews have been around. They were out since midnight that night, pushing stuff out of the roadways. Our utilities department were, I don't know if they've taken a break yet, so kudos to those guys. But to answer your question, yes, we're continuing to pick up the limbs from a lot of the larger trees this week, and then if all goes well, we're going to continue to pick up. But if all goes well, we'll be able to start with a clean slate beginning next Monday, and just going to work our way all the way through town and continue. Hopefully, be done by the end of the week. So. Just like the normal process, if you have limbs down, just get them drug out to the side or out to the curb, and we will be around to get them picked up.
Thanks. While you're there as well, I saw you guys have been patching a bunch of potholes. That was a tongue twister. Are you guys driving around town, kind of just hitting those? Would you prefer people still submit requests if they have potholes? Let you guys know, get on your radar.
Absolutely.
Still follow the same process.
I will just continue to preach that. If you can just report those potholes, that's how we know that they're there. Yes, we do drive around in areas of town and hit the ones that we see. But if we have that list, it really helps us out.
Thank you. Any other questions for the city manager or staff? Thank you. That'll take us to item 13, comments by the governing body. Commissioner Van Lieden.
Now I was just gonna give kudos to DJ and all his crew getting all the utilities and the tree limbs on those trucks are running, constantly, and they're hauling a lot of stuff off. So good job.
Commissioner Allen.
I was just going to congratulate Raymond for his certificate, and I had looked it up real fast. They had mentioned that he had done 240 hours for that. And a bachelor's degree is 120 hours. So he essentially put in the work for 2 bachelor's degrees while working. So congratulations to him.
Commissioner Skidmore.
Yeah, real quick I appreciate our crews too getting out quickly to get our electricity restored. That was very admirable job in that as well. I would just encourage everybody to sign up for the city alerts. That was certainly helpful. We got an alert at a certain time of the day letting us know where we're at, what's going on with it, rather than trying to constantly find out from someone else how they can find out. But get on the city alerts, and it's a great avenue for finding information, what's going on, especially quick information that we need to get out to the people. So thank you, Drew.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Crowley.
No comments.
I will just say again to your crews, I'm really hopeful before the end of the year that we don't have to we will keep thanking them. that we can avoid having storms that knock power out over the evening and stuff like that, especially on these hotter days. So shout out to you guys as well. Shout out to Raymond for his work. And it was on the slide, the Daughters of the Revolution, sorry, my apologies, are hosting the 4th of July. They're reading part of the Declaration of Independence. The Ottawa Brass Band will be there. As you can see, it's on screen. They're asking everyone to come down. It's at 10 a.m. To celebrate America's quincentennial or semi-quincentennial. So, with no other comments from the governing body, that will take us to announcements. Our June 17th, 2026 meeting will be here at City Hall at 10 a.m. Our June 24th commission meeting study session will be here at 4 p.m. at City Hall. And our July 1st commission meeting will be here at 7 p.m. at City Hall. With nothing else to come before us, we are adjourned.